Hey guys, Marcy here, the Cranky Crafter. I thought we could do an art journal spread with the fodder that we made in our first Fodder Friday video. If you remember, we made these pretty flowers. So I thought we could do an art journal spread. I have this, it's by Ranger. It's a mixed media journal, art journal. To be frank, it's not my favorite because I prefer white in the background, and this is like a kind of like an ivory off-white kind of color. So I'm not sure I'll get this again, and it also does not hold up to wet mediums at all. It will literally just go through, like, if you wanted to do some, easy watercolors in here, I think that would be fine. But if you were using like sprays and stuff, it goes through and seeps through the middle. Yeah, how do I know that? Because it happened. Let's see, where are we at? Okay. My last one in here was quite some time ago, and it was this. I couldn't even tell you when I worked in here last. And I have a few backgrounds that I've started, but for this one, I thought we could start fresh. And I thought that I would just put some paint down very easily. At least that's the goal. And I have like several blues here that I plan to use. I have this morning blue, china blue, and mountain blue. And then I also have black and white, just in case. I feel like those are always a just in case. As it comes together, we'll decide which, if any of those, we want to use. But to get the paint on the paper, I think I'm just going to use an old hotel key card, whatever they're called. And maybe we'll start with the dark paint. How about we start with the dark and see how it goes. So I'm just gonna kind of put some on, and then I'm just gonna use this and scrape it. I mean, you guys are in this with me. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but hopefully fairly well. Funny story about these key cards. I'm pretty sure that my husband and I have a bajillion of these from when we stay at places. We'll start out, with like 2, because that's usually what they give you. And then we almost always bring 1 home. So I have this huge stack of these cards. I will never run out of these cards. Okay, that was the darkest. I think now I'll try to go down with this lighter one. This is the morning blue. Oh, this one's quite a bit wetter. That's one of the things with these cheaper acrylic paints is they're not very consistent in how their thickness and stuff. And since I've already had paint on here before, that's why it's making these different striations and stuff. I don't really mind. It's okay. Of course, I am getting it all over me. And then I think I'll go in with this even lighter one. We've used this in the past for tags, I think, and it almost comes across as white. I'm hoping that it doesn't do that this time, but guess we'll find out, won't we? Kind of looks like icicles. Did you guys have a good weekend? Today's Sunday. You know what? If you ask me what I did this weekend, well, I went out and got some, I went out and got vegetable starts this morning. That is one thing that I did. And what else? Chores. Okay, I'm going to leave that like that for a bit and see what we think. But I'm going to come in with, Do I want a little bit of black, you think? Or do we want a little bit of white? No, I think I'm going to do black. I'm going to just put some of this down on my craft mat, tiny bit. Always ends up being more than what we need. I'm going to come in with a different card because it's clean on the edges. And I've just kind of got some like on the actual edge of the card. And just going to kind of make some of these little like lines. So this morning was my last day to help with my friend's animals. Am I still in the frame? I am. Good. And oh boy, let's just say we went out with a bang. When I went last night, I knew that there was going to be some activity over there. Do we like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe a few more. My girlfriend had told me that there was going to be some people coming to do some kind of organized, like, church activity or something in their large outbuilding type area. So I was prepared. I went, I accommodated the timeline and went and managed the dogs and everything before people showed up. Great. So I had to crate the dogs. Okay, now we need a stamp. What are we thinking about this one? Do we think we like that one? Or you guys have to tell me which one you think. Or do we think we want that one? No, I think I'm going to go with this one. And what do we want? Maybe some kind of shade of blue. I'm going to get my Distress Oxides out. Do we think, maybe I should go, you guys, maybe I should go with, I'm going to go with this green because I can if I want. This. What is this? Twisted Citron. Oops. I'm going to get some of it on my little brush. Why did I do it that way this time? I don't know. But I decided I didn't like it. So I'm just going to stamp it. Marcy, what are you doing? Who knows half the time? And I have ivy hair right in the middle. Okay. What was I even talking about? Oh, so I created the dogs because that's what was asked of me, so that the dogs would be contained when people started coming in and out of the gate to the property. I did it. I got the treats out. I bribed them to come in with all the treats, and it was great. Everything was fine, and I went home. And then this morning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's good. This morning, I went out expecting to find everything fine, and everything fine it was not. I pulled up and there are already loads of cars there, so I'm already telling myself that there must be another activity going on of which I was not informed, which is fine. It's not my house, right? They can do whatever they want. It's their house. I kind of want some dots in here. Dots. Maybe, do we want to go with this? What is this? Kiwi? Or, geez, sorry, these are kind of loud. Or maybe this one. What's this one? I've never even heard of that. Gentian? Okay, what's to say that we can't do both? Nothing. We can do whatever we want. Yeah, so I pulled up, already lots of cars there, gates open, and I'm like, oh boy, gates open. That must mean that they've got the dogs crated, because why else would the gate be open? The dogs shouldn't be out if the gate is open. And so I go over and feed the cats first, because, you know, we've been through this before. And touch base with a few of these people. I don't know who they are, but I'm like, are you guys good if I let the dogs out? Are you going to be, you know, contained so that I can let the dogs out? Oh, yeah, we don't care. That's fine. Okay, great. And I'm heading back over that way to do that. And I need one more. How about we do another green? And I come in contact with this other young gentleman who's like, are you here to feed the dogs? Yes, I am. And then proceeds to tell me that both of the dogs are actually not there because somebody opened the gate without having the dogs contained, and so one of them has since left the premises. And I'm like, I've made it through this many days, 12 whole days, or 13, I can't remember. And the very last day, my last shift, and you're telling me that you lost the dog, or the dog is out. It's not lost. They know where it is. They're trying to lure it back with treats. And I'm thinking, not on my watch, buddy. Oh, brother. It was a to-do. And so I fed the one dog in her crate, kept her in the crate. There was a bunch of young people that were corralling the other dog. It's all fine now. Let me just fast forward to that. It's all fine. She's fine. Everybody's fine. They're contained. But listen, you're not going to do that on my last day. Not when I've been in charge of the dogs this whole time. I don't think so. No way. So yeah, we had to have a few little bit of words. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going home now. And you guys just keep it together while I'm gone. Okay, so, now that I got that out of my system, we're going to use these little here flowers that we made. Aren't they so cute? And then I have these leaves. If you remember last time I said I'll make sheets of leaves at a time. That's not too much of a glare because it's plastic. It's actually like a microgreen container, but it works perfectly for fodder. And so I have all these different leaves that we can use and decide, well, which ones we want for our flowers. I'm kind of liking these with a little bit of yellow in it. And maybe one more. Maybe we'll try 3 and see how it goes. So we're going to glue them on. Look at this. Half-Ass Crafter sent me this little charm for my glue. This is going to be the first time removing it from the glue, which we all know is my arch nemesis. So here we go. Just be kind, okay? Glue. Ooh! Do you see how easy that was? All right. Okay. That's starting off well. So we're going to glue, and it's even coming out. Well, mostly. We're going to glue these on. And you can put them wherever you would like. I'm going to kind of lean mine a little bit, tilt it. I need a little bit more glue. You don't have to tilt it. You can put them completely straight if that's what's speaking to you today. But I'm going to tilt mine a little. And I'm also leaving a little bit on the edge there, and I'm going to trim that off because if you've been watching the channel, you know I like how it comes off the page. Okay, before we use these leaves, we need to put some stems on. Did I get a pin out? Oh, bother. I'm pretty sure I got a pin out. Here it is. So this is a Pigma Micron PN. The PN stands for plastic nib. And I have found that this particular one works really well if you have a lot of texture on your paper. Some of the other ones, like when I was doing my fodder yesterday or whatever day we did that, Friday, if you remember, I had trouble with this pen, which is one of my favorites, but I think it's because it doesn't hold up very well to a lot of mixed media. This one I find does, but it's not as thin, and I don't think it comes in any different points. In fact, I don't even know what this one is. Simply is PN. But it is waterproof. So there you go. So we're going to put some stems. And again, like with my fodder, when I was sketching around, I like to just do this very like loosely. And sometimes I'll do a couple. So I think we'll go in like here. Like that. And then this one, I think will go like this. And you can do it however many times you want. I think we'll try that. And then we'll see what we think about leaves. Like that. And then like that. Do we like that? Is that too many? Do we like, no, I don't like that. Yeah, okay, we'll do that one. We'll do it like that. And then just glue that on. And again, just glue it how it feels good to you. And you can even trim them if you want to. If you don't want them, you know, this exact size, just trim them a little bit. And that's fine too. How's that? That's pretty good. Okay, what next? Now, it's almost done. Let's get some scissors just real quick. And do this and flip it over real fast and just cut this off. So we need a quote. I already have one picked out, but we have to decide about paper. I'm going to use this quote. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. But we need some paper for the back, and I have several picked out. That doesn't really go, does it? We can do a little bit of purple. Do we like that one? Or that purple? No, I don't really like that one. We could do white with some craft paper. Or I have some envelope. No, I don't like that. How about if we do a little bit of purple and a little bit of white? I'm just going to tear it. Let's see. Oh, bother. You want to start? Oh, we can do it like this, maybe. I'm just tearing. That's all I'm doing. I actually tore it a little bit too much, but we're going to pretend that didn't happen. That's too big anyway. Just trying stuff on for size right now. Like that. And then let's see what some of this looks like. Maybe I could do this the other way. Just making stuff up right now. No, don't like that at all. Okay, that's kind of cute. That one's kind of cute. And we need string. String. We have purple. Or do we want... I had the purple set out, but do we want maybe green? No, I don't like that. Don't like that. This one? Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Okay. Ski down. Okay, let's try this. Dun, dun, dun. First, we need to glue down the purple. I'm going to use the art glitter glue again, just because it's on so much texture. Makes me feel better about it staying down. I'll put it like that. And then we did this white on the craft paper. And we kind of did this halfway down, right? Is that right? Mine. Oh. Okay, and then the quote. And then I'm going to pick up this green. Is this the one we want? Yes, it is. But I kind of want to stretch it out a little bit. I'm not doing a very good job. It's okay, Marcy. It's just pick it up. That. And then glue it down. Push it down so that the glue comes out. All right. I think we need, I think I want a little bit more black, maybe like polka dots. First, I'm putting the pin back in the glue. And then, do we want black polka dots? Do we want splatters? White splatters might be kind of fun. But first, let's do black. Ooh, or maybe... maybe we'll come in with a little bit of gold and just do our, like, scrawly handwriting stuff. That's not... oh, there we go. This doesn't really like the paint either. Okay, that's nice. Now, just a little bit of black. Do we like that? I think so. I talked to, so today's Sunday. I usually talk to Aunt Gail and Ma on Saturday, but Aunt Gail was a little bit under the weather, and so it didn't happen. But they called me a little bit ago this morning, and we're very excited about the YouTube channel. And I think I've pretty much gotten the all clear, because they said, you're very calming to listen to. It's very relaxing. And I'm like, day made. But they've said that, you know, they're tasking themselves with making me a YouTube sensation, or rather, helping to make me a YouTube sensation. I'm like, all right, girl, get it. And I'm like, how you gonna do that? And she says, Aunt Gail says, oh, you don't worry about that. Okay, well, that makes me worry a little bit. She's like, I'm gonna put up a poster. She lives in, like, Aunt Gail lives in, it's like a senior apartment complex kind of thing. She's like, I'm gonna put up a poster, so you don't worry about that. I'm like, you're gonna make a poster? No, your cousin Abby's gonna make a poster. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that sounds great. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I think you guys are a little bit biased, but I'll take it. I'll take it. So that was a fun conversation. And next thing you know, my page is going to blow up because the whole senior place is going to be watching me. And I know, you guys. And then you're going to be able to say, I knew her when she was famous, or before she was famous. Do we want white splatters? We do. And then I promise I'll be done. If I have any paint there, a little bit of paint. So I just have some white paint on my craft mat. I'm going to wet it with a little bit of water because water makes sense. What else would I wet it with? Brother. And I'm using my little fan brush. You don't have to use a fan brush. That's what I'm using this time, is a fan brush. And then some splatter. This is turning out pretty good splatters. Okay. We can do that. All right. I think we can call that good. What do you guys think? We used our fodder. We did some leaves. Got some colors. Got my string because you can't do anything without that. We're good to go. I'll see you guys next time.